I decided the next building to tackle should be the biggest of them all. After all, if I could get it cleaned out, it might be useful for putting other stuff in. This huge building, which we simply called the metal barn, was 30 feet by 40 feet, in all 1,200 square feet that Harold could fill with God knows what. On this building, Harold had 2 padlocks, one on the door and, of course, one inside that metal box. Judging from the locks that were already cut, including one sitting on top of the metal box and on the door, Harold himself had to cut off the padlocks on more than one occasion. Oh. So here's one. Yeah. See that? See how it's all sliced in half, practically? Yeah. And he would do this because why?
Because he forgot the combination.
Now it was my turn, so out came the handy-dandy angle grinder. This lock was stubborn, so I had to bang on it with a pry bar and hammer before it finally came loose. But eventually, I got it cut off and was able to enter the place.
All right, well, this is interesting. So this is his precious, huh?
Yes. Oh, back there.
Got motorcycles.
It's an engine back there.
A motorcycle. Got SpongeBob thing. Got air conditioner parts.
There's a motor on the other side of theirs.
This is his '77 Chevy pickup. This is one of the only things we found a title for. Okay. Got another refrigerator. There's his lazy boy, I guess, where he would sit and contemplate life in that '77 Chevy. There's 2 of his motorcycles. Multiple tires. All kinds of crud over here.
Needless to say, it was a mess. One thing I noticed were all these tarps hung up as if hiding stuff.
Curtains.
I know.
Why would he have these curtains?
To hide stuff.
What's behind the curtains?
More curtains?
The first thing I did was take them all down.
That's the size I like.
One. So why do you think he had these tarps up here? Were they sneaking in somehow? What?
Now that the tarps were down, I could look around and see if there was any treasure. Right away I found this cabinet with a padlock on it, so I figured it had to be filled with something good.
A lock on it. So let's see what that lock leads to, shall we?
I cut the lock off and...
Tools?
More tools. Ah, that figures.
Okay. And here? Here's a flashlight. Okay. Does that work? All right. Here's your flashlight. That works. Bunch of tools. Bunch more tools. Holy cow. That's a lot of tools. Okay.
But then I found this other cabinet, again with a padlock on it. Surely this had to have something valuable in it.
And it goes through all the thing. Yeah, if we can unlock this, find the key to it, and...
What kind is it? What's it say?
It's the round, one of those round key locks.
The round key?
Yeah, round key lock.
Well, I'm partial to round keys.
Well, can you find me his key ring with all of his keys on it, the big one? Take a minute. There's the thing. The lock. This is now the filing cabinet. Let's see what he in here. I got it. Let's see if there's anything worth anything in here. The heads to the, yeah, like all the tranny parts, the transmission to this truck. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Yeah, look at that. It's all the...
Well, I guess it was valuable to Harold anyway. I eventually decided that if I was going to see what was in this place, I had to just clean it out.
You guys can see that.
And while I was doing that, I had to also try to avoid some of the residents that seemed to think they owned the place. My shoe took care of this one. I ended up removing tires, trash, broken chairs, broken appliances, all kinds of junk. But under all that trash, I ended up making some really special finds.
Junk off of the barn find Bronco. See the front end right there, front wheel, bumper, and you can see part of the Bronco insignia, door, and rear end. There's the door right there, rear end. A lot left to do.
I kept at it, and little by little, the place started looking better.
And this John Deere tractor that we saw last time. There's also a floor vacuum. Look at that thing. This is like an industrial floor vacuum thing. There is a couple of ovens. I already took one oven out. There's another one hanging up right there. Those things, by the way, are hanging up by chains and come-alongs. Those should be fun to get down. Still have all these tires to get out of here. Figure out what's over there. Figure out what's all in this pile of crud.
And every now and then I'd find something valuable, like this Bronco. This one happened to be a 1976 model. These things were made by Ford between 1966 and 1977, and they were pretty collectible. Today, restored Broncos are fetching over $200,000 in some cases.
This side of the body looks okay. That rear quarter panel is caved in just a bit. Hood needs a lot of work here.
Hood's bent.
And then this roof, you've got a sheet metal windshield right here. And a sheet metal roof. So the interior doesn't look bad. There. My back seat. Needs a new dash. It's a metal dash, so all the instruments are there. So there you go.
Oddly enough, I also found some money stashed away. This $300 in a jar was hidden away in this box full of car parts. It was sitting in the corner of the box for no reason whatsoever. There's always something that reminds me that Harold was one weird dude. Some of the other finds were these two dune buggy frames he had hanging from the rafters. These can sell for between $500 and $1,500 each. In this beige cabinet thing, I found a large green metal box that I thought was a safe. Once again, I got my hopes up.
So let's see. Get this stuff off of here. Gasket maker, pipes. Biggest sockets I've ever seen. Those are huge.
Tools. Let me get my tools. Is it empty? Heavy, huh?
Okay. Sounds like there's metal in here. There we go. So, the way it's been going, I'm going to guess tools for parts. Tools and parts. All right. Well, that was close. Yeah, tools and parts.
Darn, just a portable pipe threader. These sell used for about $300. It wasn't the treasure I was hoping for, but at least it was still worth something.
Looked like a safe. Thought it was a safe, not a safe. So,
More tools.
Back to the drawing board. Shoot.
This 1977 Chevy needed a lot of work. It was a four-wheel drive and had a 350 V8 that Harold rebuilt, but it didn't run. There were so many parts missing, and I just didn't have the time to mess with it. Also, my mom needed the money. We ended up selling it for $2,000. The Bronco was a sad story. It was in really great shape despite having a salvage title. But my mom was sued by one of Harold's relatives who wanted everything for herself. In the end, we had to settle, and she ended up getting the Bronco as part of the settlement. Not that I wish her any harm, but if the Bronco blew up with her inside it, the world would probably be better off. After going through the metal barn, we were left with all the trash that was inside, but now on the outside. We'll have to clean this up eventually, but for now, we got a lot of value out of the stuff inside, and also got a place to store the things we find in the other places. And it started filling up pretty quickly. In the next episode, we confront one of the creepy crawlies that keeps us on our toes out here. Plus, we find one of Harold's unique treasures and restore it to its glory. All that and more is on the next episode of Harold's Estate. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share so you never miss one of the treasure hunts.